have decided our first stop is going to be the Salem Witch House.
Yep.
Which is right around the corner. So let's go. Well, we have actually parked in the Jerry parking lot. It's at the corner of Crombie and
We don't know where we're
Seawall. I don't know. But it was only $4 on a weekday park for 4 hours. 4 hours. Yep. So pretty decent price.
It says you can come back and add time if you need to. So if we decide we're going to stay in this area, not a problem. We'll just walk by the car, pay for a little bit more.
Yeah, and I woke up this morning at like 7:30 to get us tickets to the Witch Museum. So we're going to do that too, but that's not till 1:45.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're going to get in the Witch House. Looks like they're all sold out. But just even see it.
Yep. At least get to walk by, take a photo.
Yep. That's what's important, right? Let's go.
Oh, there it is. So far away.
So we have made it to the Witch House. And Dan asked me as we were pulling up, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's to do with the Salem Witch Trials, but I did look it up. This is the 17th century witch house. It's the only building still standing in Salem that has direct ties to the Salem Witch Trials of 1692. Oh. This was the family of the judge who was part of deciding that these girls were witches, which wasn't even true. But it's very cool. You can do a tour. Unfortunately, they're sold out today. I'm sure it has to do with coronavirus and limited number of people.
Sure.
But that's okay. We already have our tour for the Witch Museum. So, I mean, we'll have something to do if we ever come back. So yeah, that is the Witch House. Very cool. Dan's getting the cool angles, the different angles of the house.
It was restored in 1946.
Okay.
It was built in 1642, restored in 1942.
Dan feels like it looks too new.
It does. Like I would have thought. I mean, I get keeping it in great shape so it lasts, but I would have thought they would have like went for a
more rustic
look. Yeah,
no,
but
maybe
it looks nice.
Doesn't,
it looks cool.
Maybe it would just fall apart though if it wasn't restored.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like really, really new roof and everything on it.
Yeah. So if you continue on the Red Line self-guided tour, which is a tour you can do throughout Salem, kind of just look it up on your phone. That's a good thing about Google, and nowadays you can just kind of do your own tour. But right next to the Witch House, if you're looking at the house, it'd be to the left. This is the first church in Salem, which was the parish of many of the witches that were accused during the Salem Witch Trials. It uses Gothic architecture and Tiffany windows. It's very beautiful. Kind of overlooked that guy's house, so he must have been very important to have a house so close to a church. But yeah, I think it's really cool that it's still here. Founded in 1629. Yeah. That's an old church. Obviously nothing compared to Europe, but for America, that's pretty old.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, where to next? If you continue, you end up at Rope's Mansion, which is actually the beginning of the Red Line. Dan likes that it says built about 1727.
I feel like in New York we would say built around 1727, so it's probably just a dialect thing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. This is just part of the Peabody Essex Museum collection. The Ropes Garden. Oh, there must be a garden.
I think it's around the back.
And free to the public. Should we go look?
I don't know if you're allowed to.
The gate's open.
Oh yeah, there's people back there.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go take a look.
It's a beautiful building.
Yeah.
I think you can definitely see it's obviously been restored.
Yeah. Pretty little archway. have the time right? No. Don't you just follow where the shadow goes?
Wherever's next.
Do you have any interest in seeing the Bewitched Statue?
What's that mean?
I guess Bewitched was the first witch on TV or in movies that wasn't created to be so scary and mean. She was like just a nice lady who was a witch. And there was a part where her stage that they filmed on burned down, so they came to Salem and filmed a bunch of clips, and it basically built the whole Salem witch tourism industry. And if they wouldn't have done that, people wouldn't have come here. It wouldn't have been a thing. So I feel like we have to go see it. Back by the witch house. We'll continue on this red line. So we took a detour on our sightseeing adventure.
It was a must-do.
Yeah,
we'll show you from the outside.
Yeah, we'll show you from the outside. We didn't film inside just because some stores are kind of iffy about showing the inside. I did take a couple pictures and a couple Insta stories in some of them, so maybe I'll insert those as well. But we found like a game shop, like a retro game shop.
Called Game Zone.
Game Zone, and it's right on the red line. So if you're doing the red line tour, you can just kind of walk by it.
Yeah, it's kind of a must-do.
We can cross
anything,
over.
Just to see it. It was almost like a museum.
Yeah, almost. Had tons of retro games. Dan just picked up an Xbox for my brother.
Yep.
So he wanted to get a couple games. And then there was also like a thrift store. Or, no, not a thrift store. Thrift store?
No, they were more of like a...
Antique store?
No, why can I not think of the word?
Comic book store?
Comic book store.
Yeah, and I found some Disney things. So I got my Disney on the trip.
Yeah.
But here is Game Zone. Cool little retro, what is it, Nintendo, Super Nintendo?
That's a original Nintendo controller.
Original Nintendo controller.
NES, yeah.
They apparently are in an Amazon documentary called Not for Resale, which we're gonna have to watch.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. That sounds pretty cool.
And then I'll show you the comic book store up here too. They're both right on the same side of the street, so no going back and forth.
Yeah.
And where we parked was pretty convenient because we could just bring all the stuff back instead of carrying around all day. But it's getting very busy here. Busier than I thought it would be. This is the comic book store.
Yeah, comics and pop culture.
And the
Which
only...
would make sense because they had a lot of like knickknacks and memorabilia.
Yes. And the thing that pulled us in, or at least me in, which I saw this after, but this is like all the Cinderella pops you could get. Mm-hmm. And of course, our favorite Baby Yoda. We probably should have bought that, but this is the Bewitched Statue. Very cool.
Pretty cool place.
A lot of the gift shops have very long lines.
Yeah. I'm just glad that's not really our thing because that would be difficult. Oh, it's the town hall.
Oh, wow.
It says it at the top.
Oh, yeah.
I just heard from that nice tour. It was built in 1860. And the reason we're on this street right now is because we're going to the Lobster Shanty across from the town hall. Yeah, hopefully. Looks like we have nice seating, so should be good.
Lobster Shanty is right across from Town Hall.
Yeah, it's right across the street.
And we have a nice little seat. This is recommended to us by a friend.
Yeah.
We'll let you guys know how it is. Surprised we got right in, to be honest.
Night shift whirlpool.
Ooh, fancy. there's the old town hall. And what we didn't realize at the time, so I looked it up, like I was looking up Hocus Pocus locations. The mansion that we showed you earlier, that was Rope's mansion. That was Allison's house, which I thought it looked familiar, but I was like, there's no way that they would have used this for her house, but they did.
And that was in Hocus Pocus.
Yes, Hocus Pocus, Allison, her Wabas. That's what the sister calls her boobies. And then behind us, that's Old Town Hall. That's where the Sanderson sisters sang "I Put a Spell on You,"
Gotcha.
which is pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We're
So
off
now-
to do our tour.
Yeah, we gotta go to the
Witch's Museum.
Witches
We
Museum.
can go that way.
What?
What if we can go
I think we can go through, yeah. We gotta get to that street, so it doesn't really matter how we get there. Here's the other side of Town Hall. Very cool. I don't know that we said, but lobster shanty was very good.
It was amazing.
Yeah, Dan really liked his lobster roll. It had a lot of lobster. My crab cake was a little bit spicy, but it was still good. Just a little bit spicier than I am used to.
Yeah.
That's okay. We also overheard people saying that the witch museum tour is not worth it. So hopefully it's not a waste of money, but
Yeah.
there's also a couple different witch museums, it seems like, so maybe they went to the wrong one. The one we went to, from what I've heard, is highly rated, but
We didn't go to it.
from what I've heard though,
You said the one we went to.
or the one we're going to. Semantics. We found the museum. Very cool. Have checked in for our Salem Witch Museum tour.
Yes.
So I booked this tour at 7:35 this morning. They're clearly sold out for the day, so just make sure that you get on. They only sell them same day, so you have to get up and get your ticket the day you plan on coming. I thought I overslept and it was like 10:30 when I woke up, but thankfully I didn't, because we probably wouldn't have gotten a ticket. I really didn't think it was that busy, but obviously it's October. Salem's very popular even with COVID, so I wish I would have done the other tour, but that's okay. Now we're just waiting. I think they bring you in at 2. You check in 1:45, so we're just waiting. I'm excited though. No idea what to expect. Any idea what to expect?
No, haven't looked it up at all.
Nope. No videography allowed. I'll do what I can.
You can wait out here.
See you later. Gift shop. Oops, sorry.
They have some things. Look, they have ties. Oh, look, they have
Shirts. Witch and Famous, that's funny. They have like one of those bottle openers.
Yeah.
So we just finished the, what is this thing called? Witch Museum. So we just finished the Witch Museum tour. It was interesting. It was pretty much just
information.
a lot of information, just like 2 presentations. I think probably pre-COVID, it sounds like they used to do like an actual tour guide.
Yeah, they definitely aren't doing like tour guide led and instructed. Just kind of highlight a figure in the room and tell a story behind it.
Yeah. It was
It is
interesting.
informative. It could probably have been a little bit quicker for what they were sharing. I think it was just very, very slow, but it's supposed to be like theatrical in that regard, and it certainly was.
Yeah.
And I'm sure pre-COVID for those rooms, you would have been able to freely move around, so you'd always have a good view. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
with COVID, some of the seating, you couldn't see all of it, but you could see most of it, and you definitely got the idea. So
Yeah, the middle seats definitely seemed to have the best view, and then we were like along the edge, so that didn't seem to help, but we saw most of it. I think
Yeah.
if you, I think it's called The Crucible. That's the movie that I read the book and I watched the movie back in the day. That's basically the story that they tell, but it was interesting to hear from their perspective about like the movie magic, movie theatrics, but I don't think, have you ever watched The Crucible?
I don't believe I
I'll have
have.
to watch that sometime, because that's basically all about that.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, the Putnam family, like all the names I recognize, like Tituba and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
it's just crazy that it was just a bunch of girls just being annoying teenagers basically going like, oh God, I'm afflicted, and caused all that chaos. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Not surprising, but crazy. So now I think we're gonna go over to what's called the old cemetery, the second oldest cemetery in New England. I think the judge was buried there, so we'll see if we can see that.
Wow.
But sorry we couldn't share anything with you guys. Everything was no filmography, no photography.
Filmography? Videography?
I think they said film.
Oh, so I'm pretty sure they
Oh, maybe they said videography. Who knows? I don't know. All right, let's go. So we are at the Salem Witch Trials Memorial. All along these granite stone tops, they have all of the names of all of the victims, everybody who was hanged, or what happened. So Anne Theodore hanged on September 22nd, 1692. Mary Parker, Alice Parker. Very interesting. I can't figure out what these buildings are though. Giles Corey, pressed to death. September 19th. Wow.
Yeah, that was the other guy they mentioned.
John Willard, hanged. And this is the cemetery. So I think we've seen everything for the Salem stuff.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I feel like I got a pretty good idea of old Salem, obviously, versus today's new Salem. And
Yeah.
it's cool to see how much they actually preserve. We're actually standing in the memorial right next to the graveyard here, which you said was what, the second oldest?
Second oldest in New England.
Very cool. We can't go in there currently today. But
Yeah, they're doing some sort of restoration or renovation, so guys over there. Yeah. We don't need to see the exact headstone anyway. Just cool to see.
No, I just want to see that.
So we returned back to our car because our time was running out. We literally were exactly on time. We had till 3:16. We made
got
back
in the
at
car,
3:16.
yeah. So we
And
moved it.
Yeah, we decided to just move the car completely, and Dan really wanted to check out Notch Brewery. So
It's a tap room and a brewery, so I think you can get, I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, but when I looked it up, I believe you can get like cans of beer or, you know, draft from their brewery. So I think they have stuff from other places as well as
Okay.
here, so it should be pretty cool. It is waterfront.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably just like a canal or something, but
Yeah, but it still
we
looks
found
cool.
another parking garage at 10 Congress. We have no
Yep.
idea how much it costs, but it's right next to the brewery, so if you're looking to come over here, there is parking easily accessible.
We parked there. It looks like they have their own parking lot, but we just did that. It says no overnight, etc., etc. Probably only customers that place, so if we wanted to walk somewhere else, better to be in the garage, which is literally next to it.
Yeah, like garage.
And that is city run. So you take a slip on your way in, keep the slip with you, and then you're gonna pay that slip on foot when you walk back in the door before leaving. So you wanna make sure you pay before returning to your vehicle. But yeah, here's Notch. Try not to get run over.
Sure, there'll be a wait. That's okay.
Yeah, we have nothing to do right now, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel pretty lucky. I mean, if this is the only time you have to wait for something the whole trip, I think
Yeah, I don't even know. This is looking pretty quiet too. There's a couple people in
Get out
line.
of the way. If it was on that main strip of places,
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
get your water view.
Yeah?
Dan ordered a beer. What beer did you order?
Raw Power IPA from Notch.
Raw Power IPA.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet. I'm checking it in on Untapped.
Ooh. And I ordered grown up soda,
Grown up.
cranberry lime.
You're probably gonna love it.
Hopefully. Smells pretty good. We placed our order for food. This is the menu. Ordered Sloppy Joe ciders and the chicken pot pies. Got some little chicken pot pies.
I got Tugboat.
Gonna pet that chicken pot pie.
Can I pet that chicken pie fry?
Oh,
he's got a nice What can is that? Oh, it's from Notch.
Dan's got can jealousy.
Yeah, I like cans. I don't know why they didn't give a can. Must have been draft.
Yeah, must have been.
So we're all done at Notch. We left the parking garage because I found another brewery, Backbeat Brewing, They're about 2 miles away. Parking at the garage for the time we were there was, what did I say, like $1.50?
Yeah.
So super cheap. We're now here at Backbeat Brewing. I just wanted to update you guys. Notch Brewing did not have any other bottles. They only had their own beer there, but they did have it available for dine-in and takeout. So we're gonna go check this place out. They look like they had really good reviews on Untapped. And we'll try that.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan. Let's see. We ordered food at the last place. I don't know if it's a rule for Massachusetts to order food with beer, which is a rule in New York State. So
Probably have to. This place looks pretty cool. It's actually right across from Beverly Depot.
Wish you could take that into Boston.
Yeah, inbound to Boston. Says it right there. That's pretty cool. What you got, fam?
Okay. Well,
Want me
we
to do
had
it?
it. No, I got it. We had a great day in Salem.
Yeah.
We did a ton of stuff. We saw everything that we wanted to see. I kept checking like all of the lists I could find, like what to do in Salem. And
Pretty much crossed it off.
We crossed off everything we could possibly do with COVID. We think that we probably missed out on the full Salem experience because there wasn't like smoke piped in on the streets and everything was closing early.
Yeah, the Halloween events are canceled, but still, it's still Salem.
We had a great time.
Yeah, it's still Salem. It's still a great destination. Crowds levels were fine.
Yeah, I mean,
No issue there whatsoever. There, definitely a good amount of people. Businesses are still operating. They're obviously operating within COVID standards.
Yep.
But we had a great time doing everything. We got to experience basically all the Salem tourist stops and see what Salem had to offer. Also had, 2 brewery stops, which was nice.
Yep.
There's people trying to, run their businesses out here, and they do need your support. So
yeah, we felt good about like patronizing a lot of the businesses that probably have been suffering during COVID.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even just at the end of the night, we were like, let's just drive back through Salem and see if like there's anything we're missing. And I'm glad we did. We saw like the Salem Commons Park had like lights all lit up and like these artwork displays. And to see the Witch History Museum lit up at night, that was really cool.
Yeah, they did a good job with uplighting on the